We've got a date for you. I know we've been looking for a date for quite some time about when we're going to have worship services on our campus again. And the date that we are aiming for is Sunday, July 12th. Now that's 3 weeks from today. And our goal is that 3 weeks from today that we would start having worship services on our campus once again. Now this is phase one. As I mentioned last week, there's going to be several phases to this. And so this would be at 9:30 and 11 o'clock a.m., a family-friendly worship service. If you choose to attend, you'd be attending with your kids. We won't have nursery or preschool or children's or student ministry. That will be added at some point in the future in phase 2, and then at some point in the future after that with phase 3, we will have our adult life groups back on our campus. And so here's the goal. For phase 2, we want to be able to have our entire facility available for our kids, for our teenagers. Our children's ministry, our student ministry isn't going to look like what it looked like before on Sunday mornings, quite simply because there's different guidelines in place now that we have to adhere to. And so we want to make sure we get all that figured out. And then once we get that figured out, our adult life groups will be back on our campus again. And let me say thank you in advance to all of our adults. I mean, I know that you see that like I see that. We get it. We want to make sure that our kids have first priority when it comes to making sure we offer them ministry back on our campus. But this is phase 1. So in 3 weeks, Sunday, July 12th, we'll just be having our 2 worship services here in our worship center, 9:30 and 11 o'clock a.m. And so when that date comes, some of you may choose to join us here on our campus. When that date comes, some of you may continue to worship online. And whether you choose to come on campus or whether you choose to worship online, both options are great options. You feel freedom to choose whatever you feel like God leads you to. And then here's my goal to you. We're going to stay unified. One of the things I've said over and over in this season is that our proximity is not what creates our unity. We're unified by purpose. We're unified by our mission. And so whether you choose to worship online, whether you choose to worship here on campus, we'll keep being unified. Now let me give you one last caveat. We're going to keep monitoring how things are going here locally. So we feel pretty comfortable choosing this date 3 weeks in advance, but we'll still keep watching things 1 week at a time. And if we get close to the July 12th and we decide we need to bump it into the future a few more weeks, we feel very comfortable making that decision. And so we've got a date. We're aiming for that date, but we are going to still be mindful. And if we have to change that date, we will. But over the next few weeks, what's going to happen is we're going to start communicating to you some specifics about what that's going to look like on a Sunday. Our team has been working diligently over the last several weeks, really over the last couple of months, putting together a plan for what that's going to look like so that when you come onto our campus, you know you can worship in a safe way, you know you can worship in a way where we're socially distanced and yet still able to encounter God in a real and living way.